This looks interesting. Oh, and welcome to another episode of Behind the Scenes. What is going on, guys? I think you guys can hear.
Burley Pro.
Get started here shortly.
Wow. Burley Pro. Okay. So this is cool. Let me show you guys something real quick. Before I open this, let me go get my kayak.
What's up, Slick Rick? How's everybody doing?
So it comes with 2 rings. Skinny one first. Woo. Fat one in second. No pun
Let
intended.
me slowly but surely lower this.
Tighten it up later. I just basically want to show you guys what we got in the mail today.
Alright.
And I'm telling you right now, dude, this is a must-have.
How's everybody doing today? I know you guys are ready for some fishing action weekend. But slow your roll, because stream is offline. Oh, it says healthy. Never mind. Well, I don't know if the stream it shouldn't, because we got some quick update. All right, I'm gonna find out right here, right now. All right, so we're gonna do a couple things today. Make it kind of interesting. I'm gonna show you guys. Let me get into the right mode here. How's everybody doing? We'll make this a quick one today. As you can tell, these dogs, if you can hear them, are probably hungry. They're probably waiting for me to feed them. I'm going to show you guys some stuff. Some stuff that I'm going to be changing up here for 2019 offshore kayak fishing. For those of you guys maybe that do know, if I've fished with y'all, maybe you don't know. For my offshore fishing reels, if you guys are ever... I always get questions all the time about this, you know, what kind of gear I use and whatnot. And really, I'm kind of, for the past few years, I've been sort of all over the place, just trying to get a feel for what I like. You know, how much do I want to spend for quality, if that makes any sense. You know, sometimes you don't want to go out there and spend $300 or $400 on something when you might be able to find something that's going to last just as long for, let's say, $100 compared to $300. There's stuff out there like that. So now, don't get me wrong, there's some really, really expensive stuff. And if you're that type of guy that wants a reel which is sealed, which is sort of what we're going to talk about today, and I'm going to show you guys something that I'm going to be using next year offshore. I'm really excited about it, man. We'll see how it goes, and I'll keep you guys up to date on everything. Slick Rick, how am I coming in? Am I coming in good? I've already got some missed calls here. So I'm going to show you guys something new that's on the market, man. There's a lot. Now, I'm not going to say new. It's been around. But we're really starting to see a push in this. And I feel like the reason we're seeing more and more of this maybe not come into existence, but maybe being advertised, anglers are really beginning to start picking these up and using them, is I think because of a few sections in the industry, which is, number one, kayak fishing, and number two, I think there's a lot more active guys now doing land-based fishing, probably more than ever, I would say. You know, and that probably goes out to that generation of guys that are out there pushing it. You know, you got guys like Thresher. Those guys are, or he is, rather, has a pretty good following, you know. And jetty fishing, you know, it's so easily accessible for guys. You know, you don't really have to give up a lot in regards to money to jump into it. You know, you just need a little bit of gear and some reels, and then off you go. Whereas kayak fishing, I'm not gonna say it's affordable, but I'm gonna say it's, well, I'm not gonna say it's cheap, but I'm gonna say it's affordable. How about that? You know, you can go as simple as possible and not spend very much money, but at the same time, you can go in it and you can spend about a good $4,000 to $10,000 on a lot of stuff if you want something. No, I shouldn't say four. I would say like 1,000, 1 to 10,000. Which, by the way, if you guys don't know, if you guys don't watch other of these podcasts and stuff around, there's kayak fishing broke, like, there was this groundbreaking purchase out of Florida. And if you guys don't follow the Extreme Kayak Fishing guys, those guys have an amazing podcast. Joe and Fred, you know, they make a pretty good team. And on one of their shows, they sort of talked about this, man. There was a Hobie kayak that went for sale for $10,000, dude. $10,000. Somebody bought a $10,000 fully rigged kayak. It was a package, and they bought it out of, like, Florida, you know. And that's crazy. Like, why are you going to spend that much money? But that's what the industry is turning into. Like, it's turning into that, you know what I mean? Like, it's getting to that point where it's like, wow, people are really starting to spend money here. Not so much like the consumers, you know what I mean? And there's that saying, you know, the consumer makes and decides the market. You know, these companies don't decide the market. It's us. It's us who are willing to spend the money to go out there and buy a kayak. And it's getting crazy, dude. You know, it really, really is. So, real quick, I have it sort of, if you look on the left side, you know, weather updates. By the way, this weekend, if you are fishing here in Corpus, or really anywhere all the way down to South Padre, maybe even as far up as Galveston, I haven't looked in that area, just be really careful, man. These winds are blowing right here. They're knocking at about 44. I think we've had some 50-mile-an-hour gusts. Pretty dangerous, dude. But as it was sort of brought to my attention by a buddy earlier in a group chat, you know, there's a picture of the National Seashore showing a picture of the surf, and it looks completely flat. And it looks like it's, oh man, let's go do some, you know, some winter BTB. Like, do not, you know, go out there and do that, because even though it looks flat and there's like, the surf is like this tiny, you know, it's just the wind direction. It's the northern, and it's flattening everything out. But that can turn into a very, very dangerous situation if you actually try and go out there, regardless of how safe you think it is. You know, you'll be out there and you'll be in some trouble quick. So be careful. Corpus Christi Bay, which is a rocky bay, it's a dangerous bay, was pretty flat considering those 30-mile-an-hour winds, 40-mile-an-hour winds. But it's just because of the direction of the wind, and it's going against the grain. So everything looks great, but it's really not. So just be real careful. Things aren't going to clear up till about Saturday night. Sunday, Monday are looking prime time. Trout fishing's been great. Redfish have been good. Couple sightings of some bulls. I got a story for you guys here in a little bit. I saw. Still getting over my cough. I saw probably one of the biggest reds I've seen. Definitely over, well, in for the body of water that I'm in. You know, not in the surf or anything like that, but I saw arguably over a 50-inch redfish cruising on the bay. And we were just like, I was paddling, I was going, I looked to my right, and the first thing that came into my mind was a bull shark, you know, because if you've ever seen like a big bull red, like, they got big bodies, dude. Their heads are huge. They got these little fins on the side, you know. That was just my first instinct. And I was like, oh my God, that's a bull shark cruising next to me. But it wasn't. It was actually a redfish. And, you know, I've never been able to look at a fish in the eye and him not be scared. Well, this redfish sort of like we looked at each other for like 2 seconds trying to figure out who was going to eat who. So I'm paddling and I'm looking at this fish, dude, and we both just stop. And he kind of stops with me, and we look at each other. We're trying to figure each other out. And I do like a little notch with my paddle. And he just like, if you've ever seen or heard a big redfish move, it sounds like a bucket, like you're scooping a bucket of water. It's just like a gulp. And, you know, that tail turns and off you went. But that was probably one of the hugest redfish I've ever seen come up like that. The sun had popped out. Yeah, he was sunbathing, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, well, man, Galveston is pretty. Those winds are knocking, brother. I do not doubt it at all, Slick Rick. I just didn't have a chance to. What's up, Void from San Antonio? I didn't have a chance to really look at y'all's weather up there right now. So, PFD accessory stakeout steak cost me about $700 total. Bottom line fishing, yeah, it adds up, man. It adds up. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys something. I'm gonna do something crazy, dude. You guys who have been watching the show for a while, you guys know that I have been using open face reels. I'm sorry. Well, I have a truth reel. I use bait casters, non-guided, whatever you want to call that. So, you know, for the reason for that is you get a little bit more control. I've always used lever drags since I really got serious about offshore. I used other stuff before, but stuff that we probably shouldn't have ever really been using. But when we decided to take it serious, we invested into some money, and I really only use spinners for jigging or live bait presentation. And this year, man, I'm gonna fish really heavily with spinners, dude. Which is very. I told myself I would never do. I don't like the feeling of fishing with spinners. You know, I love the conventional reels that I use. I love the lever drags. It's just you get more direct control. So if you wanna, you know, once you feel once you have like this much room and you know you maxed out your drag at, let's say, 20 pounds, you can instantly hit it in the middle, your drag, and you know that that's going to be whatever that is. Let's say 15 pounds or whatever. Not that you're ever going to need that much. Or for layman's terms, let's say you set it to 10-pound max drag. You bump it in the middle, boom, instant 5. There's a lot of like instant control with lever drags. That's why I like them, you know. And you can fight fish really hard within a split second, and you can lay off of them, let it run in another second. So, but I can't tell you how much money I've spent trying to freaking. I mean, you're in a kayak, dude. Your gear's getting wet. You know, things get destroyed, and so I'm sort of diving into these sealed reels. It's my first year I'm going to use them, but I didn't want to break the bank. You know, there's so many good. Like those Van Stalls, you know, those are super expensive, but you sort of get what you pay for in a Van Stall. You can spend that money. That reel technically can be reeled underwater, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, underwater. So, Lone Star, what's going on, man? Ricky Rod, great vids. What's up, brother? Appreciate it. Yeah, Void. So you see, all right, baitcaster loves spinning reels, yeah. Well, so everything's going sealed. Like, we're starting to see this pattern, right? Everybody wants protection. And I think a lot of that, like I said earlier, when we started, I think it's because of us as kayak anglers. When I say us, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about all of us as a group of people who fish off of a kayak. And surf fishermen, you know. A lot of guys now are walking out to that third bar and launching. I mean, you're getting out there, you're getting wet. Your reels are taking salt water. So everything is sort of moving to what's, you know, a protection, a seal-based reel. Not fully submersible, but like super water resistant. You know what I mean? So in other words, you can take splashing and all that stuff and never have to really worry about your reel failing, or hypothetically, you don't want your reel to fail at you. So I'm going to be trying. By the way, I've always used, for the last 2 years, you know, I don't spend a lot of money on reels. So I've always used those Tsunami reels, but Tsunami kind of makes like, they make really good lures, especially jigs, but they're not really well known for their their reels or I'm sorry, they're not known for their rods or reels really. They're sort of new in this, but well, their rods they are. They have made rods for a while, but they've never really cranked up the quality on them. You know, it's a very cost effective, I guess you could say. company. I mean, you can find it at Walmart, but they do have like a premium series, but we don't see them. You know what I mean? Like they're they're huge in Florida. Everybody knows who they are in Florida, and usually those places up there, that's where they have their good stuff. You know, they have stuff that you can buy for $20, and then they got stuff that you can buy for $200. You know what I mean? So now I'm not changing anything as far as my rods. I'm sticking with Tsunami. I've used them for, like I said, 2 years. So I'm happy with Tsunami rods. They do what I need. So, but I'm gonna show you guys again, man. I'm sorry, I'm clearing my throat every now and then. Okay, Pin Spinfisher is great. Keep that name. Keep that name. Remember Pin, all right? Because we're gonna come back on it. All right, so I'm gonna try these new this year, and I'm gonna let you guys know how they are this year. Because dude, my gear gets wet all the time. And Tsunami has released a new full aluminum body. It has like, I think 13 seals to protect the interior. There's like no screws on this whatsoever, except for like right here. But the body itself, show you quick. Hopefully you guys can see this. These are the Tsunami shields. Super stoked about them, dude. Okay, now the guy who, I'm gonna research this, but the guy who has the design, who basically designed this style, just moved with Tsunami, is working with them now. He came from Pin. So what he has done now that he's joined Tsunami to build this reel for them, he has claimed that he has made this like affordable. What I'm saying, like, it's $100 right now. It's probably gonna be less than $100 in about a year's time. And apparently it's a super water resistant reel. So that's what I'm gonna be using. 30 pounds of drag on the 5,000. That's all I need. 30 pounds of braid is what I use across the board offshore. That's gonna give me about 400 yards. Which, if I get lucky enough to catch another sailfish, I think at the most that sailfish ran maybe 250. 2 to 250. Because I didn't know what it was, so I let him run like a king, and I underestimated the speed. So, yeah. Yeah, Taika's a good brand. The reason I'm picking this is because I really don't try. Like, I want to be able to use something that's going to be that's going to be able to take the water thrashing and be well protected, man. I mean, kayak fishing, you're just super aggressive. So on all your gear, really. So yeah, that's what I'm moving forward. So I'll let you guys know as the season continues to 2019. In case you guys are wondering, they really do follow the show closely. Feel free to ask, what the update is on this, and I'll let you know. But these are about $100 a pop. So that's that. And I'm not trying to sell you that, by the way. I'm just letting you know what I'm using, because I always refresh my gear every year. Still using my Truth. But that may be the only thing I'm carrying over from last year. So, all right. So, I know Ram's not here. He'll be here though. We've just been busy, man, and this wind is it's crazy. It's dumb. So I'm picking these videos. I think we're gonna do this, man. As me and Ram continue to do this, I know he's not here. He hasn't been here for the past couple, because just like I said, we've been busy. But as me and Ram develop this show into what we ultimately want to get it to, it's gonna kind of turn into a little bit of a comedy. Just to give you a little heads up on how it's gonna go. We're gonna have some fun with it and have fun with you guys. Do a lot more giveaways, because we still got a lot more stuff to give away to you guys, and bring on special guests. But we need to get like a mixer to help you guys be able to hear these interviews. It's no point. It's too tough. I'm going back and we're reading or listening to all this, and it's just tough to hear these interviews on phone. So we're going to be getting a mixer so that he can have a dedicated mic as well. But what we're going to be doing is we're also going to be looking for some funny or just shocking videos within the kayak fishing community. But here are the rules. All right. So whenever we're looking and hunting for these videos of the week, whenever we do these podcasts in the future, we're going to look for a video that is, it doesn't necessarily have to be fishing or kayak fishing. It just needs to be somebody within the industry that's doing something that's just like, wow. You know what I mean? So what is this guy doing? What is this guy thinking, you know? So we've got our first video, dude. I'll talk a little bit about him. He doesn't even know this, by the way. I saw this dude post on Facebook, man, and I was like, this dude is crazy. Like, holy moly, dude. How could somebody... like, this dude's brave. This is probably one of the bravest guys I've ever met. That's a friend with me, at least. So his name is Brad. I'm sorry, Mark. His last name is Braddock, or Braddock. And, do you guys know this guy? Answer in the chat if you guys know him. The post office here. Mark, I'm going to put this guy on blast too because it's hilarious, dude. And you're going to be able to see this. All right, so Mark is a longtime kayak angler, man. He's been kayaking well more than, or longer than me than I have. And I'm still relatively, you know, compared to a lot of other guys, old salts, you know. I haven't passed the 10-year mark. I'm getting close, but I think Mark may have. A lot of my friends that I know have, but Mark may be one of those guys. He's a young cat, but he's been doing it for a while. And so let me tell you about this guy. This guy, keep in mind, he's got a girlfriend behind him. Okay. So he's got a girlfriend behind him. And they're going out, dude. And they're visiting, I guess, the Big Ben or something. And let me put this video out here so I can get ready to show you guys whenever I'm ready. And I'm gonna let you, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I just want you to, whenever we watch this video together, like, I want you to keep in mind, first off, this is the bravest kayaker that I've ever met. His girlfriend is behind him, begging him, and I'll let you guys watch what happens next.
I'm here at Big Ben. That's Liza. She's terrified because
oh my God. How do you...
that's our...
I mean, he's literally sitting.
Pretty
And look at this
awesome.
poor girlfriend. Look at this guy. Oh my gosh, dude. All right, so that's just crazy, dude. I'm sorry, man, but that is nuts. So that is our video of the week right there. If you think you're braver than that guy, like, I want to meet you. And yeah, that dude's insane. There's no way I mean, would you guys do that? There's no way. No way, dude. If I did that, man, my wife would kill me. But yeah, it's pretty dangerous stuff, man. So that's our video of the week right there. We're gonna be looking at these video of the weeks, or looking for video of the weeks, and they'll probably slowly go into into fishing. But you know, that was one where the dude's obviously got no fear of dying, or he just, I don't know. I couldn't do that. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, dude. I'll pass, yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's crazy. Like when I first saw it, like I'm cringing, because I have a little fear of heights, right? So like, I'll get on any roller coaster, but I still have a fear of heights. But I wouldn't do that, man. Like that's just crazy, dude. I'd rather swim next to a shark than do that. I think my chances of survival would be a lot better. So, what's the time on this? How long are we going here? 22. All right. All right, guys. Well, this weekend, yeah, be careful. It's going to be really good fishing. But still be careful. Sunday's going to be your best day. If you guys are following us on Facebook, I just want to reach out and say thanks for following the movement, and what we're trying to do and just help the sport grow. It's been a long run. We hit 10,000 followers on Facebook, and wow, dude, we had a video that sort of took off. And if you're just tuning in and you're wondering why I'm coughing, I'm under the weather. We had a video that took off, and people were just asking questions about it, I guess. There was like about, I think we're up to like 50,000 views on that in just like 3 days. So that brought in like an extra 5,000 people that are just brand new to next level fishing, and they're just like, oh, this is cool, and it was neat, man. So if you guys haven't followed us on Facebook, definitely follow us. We sort of have like a different crowd on Facebook, and we share different content on Facebook. YouTube, it's like final product kind of stuff, behind the scenes kind of stuff, but Facebook is more like sort of integrated with our Instagram. You guys get to see everything that's going on before anything is even a production. It's photo based, and we have a good time with it, man. A lot of those people have a lot of say on our episodes. What they want to know, what they want to learn, what topics do you want us to kind of go over. So if you haven't followed us, definitely give us a shout out there. But I'll let you guys go, man. I just wanted to give you guys some updates. Next week we're going to continue our giveaways, so definitely tune in. And our platform that me and Ram are trying to put together for this is gonna actually begin on our next one. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. Be safe. If you have any questions, holler. And we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.